Well, it was a great surprise when I saw that we're catching up with our next guest, Korey Livy, and we welcome him to the show now. Korey, thanks for joining us tonight, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show.
Mate, I was so pleasantly surprised when I saw the Route 63 album out there last year that there was a bit of stuff down. We hadn't seen much from Korey Livy for some time, but you don't muck around when you put a new album together. You find the royalty of country music to do all the writing with, mate.
Yeah, well, I always reckon, if you're going to do something, you've got to do it right.
Garth Porter, of course, Drew McAllister and Roger Corbett. You don't miss out, do you?
Bit of a name dropper there, hey?
Yeah, well, I think they should be honoured that I've written with them.
They should be. See, that's what we like.
They know they've made it. They know when they get to support Korey Livy.
Oh, when you brush shoulders with me, obviously. But no, honestly, it is an honour to be able to write with them. And, also, too, as a writer, I find that you've got one way of thinking, and then when you get in with someone else that's that class of writer, it just opens up so much more within your song.
What does it do to you as a songwriter when you walk away from that and you're writing your next song?
Well, I think it's like anything, really. We all grow and learn. This being my third album, it was a lot different. A lot of my songs didn't evolve all that much. I suppose put the icing on the cake in some ways. When you start out in my first albums, I sort of didn't really know what I was doing at all. And I sort of remember sitting there and going, this is a great song. No, scratch, rewrite. And I was like, just walked away with my head, between my tail, between my legs, thinking, I might as well give it away. But when you come back, and that's what Rog said this time, he says he can see how I've listened and evolved as a writer.
Yep.
And so you go up through those ranks. And I mean, obviously, I've got a long, long way to go. But yeah, you just got to keep chipping away. And by having been able to write with these people, you go, okay, I see where they're coming with that angle, or got that hook. Different things. It might be just rhyming patterns. It might be the concept of the song. To find that right hook in the music or the right hook in the lyric. Either way, you come away more knowledgeable. And I think that you can hear it in the next album, and you go, wow. Look where we've come.
You live in a beautiful part of the world there too, right on the border there at Wodonga. There must be some great inspiration, whether it's standing under the Hume Dam or sitting on the Murray River. Must be some great places for inspiration for writing music there, or just hopping on your motorbike going for a ride.
Yeah, now you're talking. You lost me about sitting by the river. I'm not much of a fisherman, but when you mentioned that bike, you got me. No, it is a beautiful part of the world down here, and a lot of my music, it's inspired by people, though. I have the opportunity, obviously, doing what I do, to travel all over Australia. It doesn't matter where you are. It's amazing how we all find that we all struggle with the same struggles. And that's what I try to put into the music, and that's what Route 63 is all about. It's about sharing our stories, sharing our hard times.
What is Route 63?
I'm so glad you asked, because that's a reason that was a bit of a concept within that song. Route 63 is a song that wrapped up this entire album. Now, just a bit of background information on the album. The whole reason that I wrote this album was to try and touch people out there in the world that are struggling with depression or anxiety or find themselves a little bit lost. I was doing some shows with McAllister Kemp at the time. My dad, he never made it to my show on the Friday night, and before I got to the second show, I got a call to say that he'd lost his battle with depression. So this whole album is basically a dedication to him and a message to people out there to, you're not alone. We're all on this journey of Route 63. Now, I took that concept up to Drew, and I sat down with Drew because obviously he was very much a part of everything that was happening at the time, and told him the story, and we sat down and we wrote Route 63. And what Route 63 is if you count down in the alphabet, 6 letters, and it represents faith. And if you count 3 letters down in the alphabet, 3 is a C in the alphabet, and it represents courage. So Route 63 is actually the root of faith and courage.
Nice.
And then my message is, we all have to have faith that there's light at the end of the road. But more importantly, we have to have the courage to keep getting up each day and looking for our brand new day. So, all the songs on that album is just a message of hope, and that Route 63 is that the song that wraps them all up and says, hey, we're all on a journey. We're all on Route 63.
So we're going to share some of the love around right now. We're going to play your new single, I'm Coming Home. For those out there who don't have a copy of your album, Route 63, how can they get it?
I think the best way to get a hold of it is obviously, if we're all in this day and age now, you can download it through iTunes or CD Baby, who's my distributor. And if you want a hard copy of the album, just email us and we'll shoot it straight out to you.
How good's that? Well, here he is right now. Korey, thank you very much for joining us. Korey Livy and I'm Coming Home.